So the two men in the Manchester airport incident appeared in court and their case has been sent to the Crown Court, so it's going there for trial. Mike Amesbury's pleaded guilty to his charge, but there's an interesting question, legal point, over his seat in Parliament. I'll come back to that in a minute because probably not that many people have thought about that. But most importantly, can you believe that already after just one video with Floof in the video, someone has already said that we shouldn't have Floof in the videos talking about these things. What do you think about that, Floof? It's not very good, that, is it? Because after all, now, she kind of enjoyed that little chest rub session while we had her on video, and so now she's obviously coming back for more. She's been sitting, seriously, she's been sitting here giving me her paw as soon as I stop. She's been giving me her paw because she wants more of this. So I thought I'll get the DJI Pocket 3 out. Not a sponsored video, but it is quite good. I'm hoping that the quality is okay. But so she's been sitting here. As soon as I stop, she gives me her paw because she wants more. So let's have a chat about it. So you've probably seen my main channel video talking about the two men in the Manchester airport incident. Now, obviously, we can't say too much about that. Now, some people in the comments have asked why we can't talk about that and why it's obvious that we can't talk about that. Well, that's because it's an ongoing case. And so when there is a live case, there's what we call contempt of court. Now, most people think of contempt of court as sort of jumping up and down in court and sort of shouting and screaming at the judge or something. Obviously, that you might be held in contempt for that. But contempt of court can be anything where there's a serious risk of prejudicing the trial in any way of live proceedings. And that's right from the point of arrest. And arguably, it could even apply when they're investigating and so on, but more so when there's been an arrest of such things. So where there is a live case ongoing, you need to be really careful of what you say so that it not prejudice a live case. And so that's one of the arguments that they were against talking about the Southport case in Parliament. There's a rule called sub judice, which again is the same thing. Even in Parliament, with parliamentary privilege, they don't talk about these things in Parliament to not risk jeopardising the trial, because obviously jury members may watch those parliamentary sessions and they might be swayed and they might be given some points of view and thoughts that they really shouldn't have, because in a criminal trial, the judge will direct a jury, yes, hello, the judge will direct a jury to only consider the evidence and the arguments that's put before them in that trial. So they can't research it, they can't take into account, you know, what their friends say in the pub, what they've seen on TV, they can't do any of that sort of stuff. They have to rely solely on what they hear in court. And so if you were to make, let's say, really strenuous, firm comments and make it sound like they are well researched and yours is the definitive word on the matter, and one of the would-be jury members eventually sees that, they might be swayed by what you write, and therefore true justice, fair justice may not be done. And if you were defense counsel in a case like that, then you might say, well, actually, this is not a fair trial anymore, because members of the jury may well have seen those comments. If they're particularly prominent comments, they may well have seen those comments and be convinced by it. And actually, those might not be valid comments. They might not be, well, they certainly won't be official, but they might not be valid comments. They might not be properly researched, even if they appear to be. And so hopefully you get the point. So you have to be really careful. So when I do videos like that, all I can really say is, well, this is what happened. This appears to be what happened in court. This is accurate reporting. And when it comes to a case where, as the judge said, that they didn't indicate a plea, that essentially is just that. They didn't indicate a plea. Now, there are legal consequences of not indicating a plea. So if they eventually are, if they are tried and found guilty, or if they plead guilty, they will not get the full credit, or the rules will say that ordinarily they will not get the full credit of their sentence, which begins at 1/3. So those are interesting points there. So I thought that was useful to mention to you. And she's edging her way closer. Again, aren't you? You see, Floof likes this little session here. because this is her channel, you know? I mean, whoever it was that said that obviously hasn't realised that her channel's been around for some time now, so it wasn't really set up for this purpose. But just to get Floof a few more subscribers here, I thought I would sort of guest sit in on Floof's channel, and bless you all for watching and subscribing. She's now got a few more subscribers, because it'd be really nice to do more videos of her as well. What next? We've got Mike Amesbury, because he will not automatically lose his seat in Parliament, even though he's admitted what he was charged with and he's due to be sentenced. But unless there is a recall petition which says that he should lose his seat, because if a member of Parliament is convicted, I have a really bad back. You know, I busted my lower back many years ago, nearly 20 years ago, my very, very bottom disc, L5S1. So the bit where your upper back pivots on your pelvis. So it's really painful. I basically lived in constant pain for 20 years, but there we go. Where was I? So he won't automatically lose his seat unless he loses a recall petition that says that there should be a snap election for his seat, so that someone else might be elected in to take his seat. But otherwise, he won't automatically lose that seat. But obviously, because he's been kicked out of Labour because of what happened, I think he was suspended initially. Now he's been expelled from Labour. He now sits in Parliament as an independent. So although that was interesting as well. Another news is with this whole VAT on school fees thing, which I might use in the thumbnail. I'm not sure what I'll use in the thumbnail yet. This and the Manchester pair, perhaps. I often decide these thumbnails as I'm going along, by the way. Probably not. I mean, people say that's not the best idea. People say you're supposed to decide the title and the thumbnail first and then do the video. But I kind of find that doesn't work. And after 3,000, maybe, I've probably done about 3,000 videos, I tend to find that I do it the other way around. I find what I'm going to talk about, I do the video, and then I find the thumbnail and the title. If you're interested in that, by the way, and how to run YouTube channels, how to make money and create wealth and things, I've got my other channel, Daniel Shensmith. I'll link that below. And yes, to those critics, I do have lots of channels because I found out that I enjoy this. I found out that I'm somewhat good at it. So I like to create these videos for you. And it seems that Floof likes it as well. So where was I? The VAT. There's a school in Keir Starmer's own constituency, I've just read. He's having to close down as a result of the pressures from this VAT. VAT on school fees. Now, I haven't made it any secret. I think VAT on school fees is wrong. And hopefully this literally brings it close to home for Keir Starmer to make him realise the effect that it's having on these schools. So we'll see, I suppose. But I don't suppose that's actually going to make any difference and actually going to sway him to make any changes. But there we go. So if you like this second segment with Floof, she's just spotted something. She's about to run off now. Go on then. Go on then. Go on then. If you like that, please do subscribe to Floof, and I'll see you next time.